Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. With me today is Zayvius Miller, here to talk about a health and wellness fair taking place here at Troy University. Thanks for joining us here today.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me.
And we're talking about a health and wellness fair taking place here on campus. For students that are interested in taking part in this, give us an overview. What are we talking about with the health and wellness fair?
Yes, sir. So this year's theme is the 8 dimensions of wellness, and they all play a vital role into just overall optimal health. You know what I'm saying? Gonna expect a lot of good information from different organizations that we all love, our campus organizations as well as community organizations. So it's gonna be a lot of good information.
And of course, what kind of information are they going to be giving? What kind of things are they going to be doing to help out students? Because you mentioned there's 8 different elements.
Yes, sir.
What are these 8 elements we're talking about here?
Okay, so just to name a few, you got intellectual, spiritual, physical, occupational, environmental. It's a whole list of them. But what we're going to do is have different organizations represent each dimension of wellness. So of those 8 dimensions, we're going to have them just give their information based on, whatever they represent, and they're just going to inform students and also provide network opportunities because, like I said, occupational is one of the elements. So, it might be some opportunities to receive a job.
Get a job there. And that's one of those things a lot of people don't realize is that we talk about health and wellness. The first thought is exercising and lifting weights. That's
right.
What health and wellness is.
Right.
But that's not all there is, according to what y'all are working on here, right?
Yes, sir. It's more to it. Like I said, it's intellectual, it's spiritual, and you may hear spiritual and you're thinking, that's religion. It's more so about, self-mastery, just, tapping in with your inner self, because that's what's really gonna help you and keep you sane and keep you grounded in the moment. So, and we all can kind of gravitate towards different parts of the spectrum. So at this point, you may be a little down, and at this point, you may be a little more happy. So once you kind of tap in with each component of the 8 dimensions of wellness, that'll just facilitate that optimal health for you.
And of course, for students out there that are watching this and they're thinking, is this for me? What do you say to them if they're thinking about, should I take part in this event? Whether you're a freshman, a senior, or where you are in the college period, what would your advice to them be if they're thinking, should I take advantage of this?
I mean, it's going to be a lot of good information. Besides just information, it's going to be free stuff. Who doesn't like free stuff? Free gifts, free prizes. And this is information that's going to help within your adulthood, the next phase of your life. So, anytime I have an opportunity to learn something new, especially something that's going to help me with, just personal development and anything within my life, I want to be there. I want to learn about it. So every student should try to be a part of it and tell their friends so their friends can tell their friends, and we have all our fellow Trojans there.
And of course, this is going to be taking place in the Trojan Center ballroom. So I'm imagining we're just going to have tables and vendors and everybody set up across the ballrooms.
Yes,
so there'll be opportunities to just walk up and interact with all of these different groups, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, there's going to be plenty, like I said, plenty of vendors, actually more than last year, I'm sure. Because like I said, last year, COVID, was at its peak. So we had vendors, but this year we were expecting a lot more vendors and to bring a lot more things and just different components that students can partake in and just kind of, gain value. That's what it's all about. So, yeah.
And that's one of the things that you talk about, gaining value, and someday you've got to graduate. That's one of the things that a lot of people,
right.
Students may not realize, is that you're in the moment now in college,
Right.
but if they show up this thing, there could be somebody that opens their eyes to what the next level is, right?
Exactly, and that would touch on the occupational dimension of the 8 dimensions of wellness. And that's where those opportunities come in, because I know we're going to have a fire department there. If that's something you're interested in, you may have an opportunity to connect. If that's something you may want to do on the side or just something that kind of intrigues you, you can do that. We're going to have people that represent. So,
and of course,
great opportunity.
And of course, health and wellness in general, an opportunity. A lot of students that may be concerned about their personal health and wellness, there may be something there that they're not thinking about. You already mentioned spiritual, but there could be somebody set up there that's going to open their eyes to something else that they didn't even realize that they were needed, right?
Exactly, and to touch on another dimension that I did mention when we opened up, financial. That is a big one. And a lot of times we don't really think about our finances. Being a college student is hard. It's a lot of money involved when it comes to just college expenses in general. So having somebody help you budget, and just how to manage your finances overall, I want that information. If it's gonna help me with my finances, I want that information. So, you know, that financial component is definitely gonna be something every student should be there to hear, because there's gonna be a lot of value there and something that's gonna help you with the few coins that you may have. Because especially being a freshman, it's hard. You know, you don't have too much. So yeah, you definitely want to be there for that information.
And when and where can they go for this event?
Okay, so for this event, it's gonna be in TC Ballrooms, and it's gonna be from 11 to 1.
All right.
Yeah.
And the date?
The date is going to be on March 2nd.
March 2nd?
So that's going to be this upcoming Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yes,
all
sir.
right. Well, here's hoping folks that take advantage of this, especially the financial stuff sounds like it's very important too.
Yes, sir, most definitely.
Thanks for joining us today, and good luck with the event.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me.
All right. And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.